Well, good morning again, YouTube. I've been busy today putting up a external light for the outside so the wife can see getting out of the car. I'm finishing this up, this little final bit of the mounting. I got this passenger side in good. It's got a clamp here. I got one back there and I got one up there where it goes into the header. So I got this set where I want it, and I've got these weld-on brackets. So I propped it all up. I welded one back here into this cross member, and I welded a good one right here. The back part is the hard part. It wants to move around. This one here is because I got them at a more or less a 45 back and forth. This is keeping it from moving side to side, and these rubber mounts will give it some travel. And then I move on to this one, but it's clearing everything good in here, and I've got it straight and level. I pushed this pipe up in there, so I got a couple inches of everything up into the where it gets clamped. I ground this one up here and squirted a little silver paint on it just to improve it a little. You can see it sticking out a couple inches further, but I'm going to go ahead and assemble this side now and get all this together and get it leveled, and then we're gonna clamp it and weld us some more hangers. Oh, there we go. I got the back hangered and welded into the frame there. I haven't cut those tabs off yet. I got both of these back of the mufflers bolted in and clamped down. It's really solid. It's not tweaking at all. And I've got just a little bit of room back here. It'll probably rattle, but I'll fix that. Both of the pipes are the same length. I cut them what I thought was about an inch long. I think I'll leave them just like that. Need to cut this one off a little. I probably still 45 them, but the looks pretty good here in the back. I need to straighten out a little bit. I checked my rear end and it's clearing. Not going to hit anything. I have to weld up my brake line there. Another mount for it. I need to take it loose, go over that exhaust pipe with it. I really don't want her running under it. Anyway, this is pretty much a done deal. Mufflers are same height off the floor. They're flat, parallel, really solid. You can tell by that hanger there how strong it is. And I just have to put some clamps here now on the front header pipe. I think I've got two more left. Well, no, one's already on. I got one left. I'll clamp the other side. I found a little exhaust leak in my headers. I thought it was a tap it or something, lifter, but you can't really see, but there's a little smoke up in there. So I got a big wrench and tightened that header up some more, and took a punch and kind of pounded it here on the top. Hopefully I bent it a little bit. I don't know how much, that's 3/8 inch steel plate, so probably didn't do a hell of a lot. So I still have to take that header off and either put some kind of a sealer in it or put another gasket. I've still got the little thin header gaskets that came with it. I might be able to just get that in there and squish her shut, or I might be able to just pull it loose, get some sealer down there. I don't know, but all seems to be pretty good. I still don't know what's making that side over there miss. Of course, I still got some kind of funky lines, but I've got most of all this plugged. And it was getting hot yesterday when I was running it. Well, it has about 2.5 gallons low. Probably only half of the radiator was full of water. But that fixed that. So, don't know what to say. I'm ready to buy a bunch of bolts and finish up this torsion bar here and bolt it all down. I gotta make a couple spacers for that, or 4-link suspension. Get the right bolts in it and bolt it down. And I guess it's time to go buy a sheet of 3/4 plywood and put a floor in this thing. Oh yeah, I talked to the guy next door. He's got an old pickup over there he's throwing away, and the back window is going to be big enough to make this this front window out of, so that's going to be one of the next projects, cutting up a flat windshield and making this windshield. Thought that would be fun. Well, good morning, YouTube. This is 650 AFB carburetor, and I ordered it off eBay. It was rebuilt, sent to me. It seems to work pretty good, but the accelerator pump was bad. I made a video of it before, but I'm gonna pull the top of this thing off here, and got a new one. This was like 20 bucks, but it's a metal shaft instead of plastic, and it looks like it's got a good seal in it. So we're going to pull this thing apart here, put the new accelerator pump in, and we'll see how it works. Probably not much to see here. These are pretty straightforward. There's about 6 or 8 screws at the top. These are Torx bolts. I'll get my fuel line off of here. And force it on, so it's sticking to it. I don't get good fill pressure in it. Get a rag and stick down in there and soak that up. I just put these screws in here temporarily and we'll tighten any of them up. You can actually run these carburetors with this top completely off. just loosen up all the screws here. Take this off. Now I'll go ahead and take this off camera. Who's watching this? I'm putting a rag down here to hold my screws so I don't lose them. They're all the same length. Anyway, I'll get this off the camera. There's a couple little clips. One of them holds this accelerator pump arm on there. It's got a little S-shaped bracket and it's curved. So I'm going to put that back on the same way it came off. I was laid here with one screw inside that holds it in. And we got another little clip over here that is holding this choke thing open. We'll take that clip out. So there's two little clips, and then this top should come straight off. One more screw in there. And then later, before I put this back on, I'll pull these two out of here and take that spring and needle out. Top should I took off the long arm. Got one more little clip back here. I believe I just lost my pliers. I'll just grab this little clip, pull it off. This is for the choke, and this will lift straight out. There we go. I'm just looking in here. I poured some Marvel Mystery Oil in here, trying to clean up the valves and stuff. Looks good. Kind of pink looking. Let's turn this around, and my little accelerator pump fell out. Now I showed you before in the other video, this little plunger just comes apart, and here's the new one. Open it up. This is holding on here good and tight. It's not coming off. It's a lot smaller than this one. It's probably because it's all swollen up. But anyway, this is the accelerator pump that's for this carburetor. And we'll stick it down in the carburetor here. Oh yeah, it's squirting really good. So, all we have to do is put it together. So what it does, it goes right up into this here. Of course, this sets down in there. I'm going to take those needles and loosen them up before I do this. But it just goes right down in there. I'm going to take those needles out and bring them back. Actually, I'm just going to take the needles out just in case you might not have seen how these come out, but there's just another Torx bit. Screw here. Some of them are Phillips, but usually they're Torx. And then the plunger, this gets sucked down when it starts, and it plugs up the jet. And then when you hit the vacuum, or give it gas and it gets vacuum, drops vacuum, this little spring pushes it up, which gives you a bigger shot of fuel. So you can actually take these off and run your motor with these covers off. The vacuum should be pulling these metering rods down into the carburetor, shutting off the gas. And the second that you just touch the throttle and you lose vacuum, these will pop up because of that spring in there. So that's all that is a rod basically with a little piston and a spring under it. So now I can put this carburetor back, or this lid back on the carburetor. Get my accelerator pump back in it here. Get started. Fits in the top real easy. And, lid goes on. Pretty straightforward. Just put a couple screws in it here, just to hold this top down. Because what's happening is it's got a little spring inside the carburetor. It's here on top of this, and this is actually pushing this accelerator pump up. Alright, looks like everything's on there good and tight and flush. I'm going to bring you around here and give you a close-up. I'll put this accelerator pump arm on here, and well, this little arm here, notice I didn't take off this little thing that hooks it on the accelerator pump. I just put that back in the hole here. And this is this got a big hole, a little hole goes over the top of that. Got one screw, and it's got a shoulder on it, which just goes through here. The next thing is my little arm. I've got it down in this towel somewhere. Anyway, this little bolt goes in here. It's got a shoulder on it, goes to the outside. Screw it into the carburetor body. Wiggle that around until it fits in the hole, and you just get this snug. You don't have to tighten it real tight. And that's pushing my accelerator pump down. So oh man, it's squirting good. And I'm going to put this in the middle setting. There's 3 holes. The further you get it, the longer the arm, the less the travel, so it gives it less squirt. You get it up here in this closest hole, that's going to give you the most leverage and the biggest squirt. So I'm just going to test this. Oh yeah, just touch it and it's squirting. So that pump is good. We have no problems with that. And then we've got our little clip here. Kind of easy to lose these, so I always do them over a rag or something, so in case I drop it. There it went on first try. That's that one. And then I got another little arm back here that I took the clip off of. That's for the choke. And I've got another little clip in here. These are handy little pliers. Get that one there. I got these, I've had them a long time. Put this in the hole. Try to get this goes up. Got a little clip in there. There's that one. It just flops around here on the shaft. And then I got one more little clip here that goes back here on the back. And that holds the automatic choke arm on. And then I just put all my screws in it. Run them all down snug. And then I'll finally put my jets back. I could do that now. When you put these in, don't force them. You just kind of wiggle them around a little bit. There it goes. And they'll go right in. Because if you try to force them, that needle is not into the seat down there. I don't have a tool for this. Anyway, I'll put both of these in. Make sure the jet goes into the jet hole. Flip the top around. Take the little tool, snug it up. I'll go over to the other side, put that clip on, and then we'll give it a test. Alright, it's all back together. Hope you can see here. I'm going to give this accelerator a little pump. Oh yeah, squirting good. So I think that's good enough for this. We'll see if this thing will start now. It should start pretty easy. Get my tripod back a little. And at least my accelerator pump's working. I can back my choke off all the way. The motor's warm. Down in there. Take a look. So I think that's good enough. I ran the motor about an hour. With that Marble Mystery Oil in it, trying to get all that stuff through there and maybe free up some lifters. I've got some missing over there on that passenger side, but that I don't have to worry about this choke making it run too rich or anything now. I just back it out all the way because it's warm to the touch, and I shouldn't have any choke with that. And now the accelerator pump works. A couple pumps that I'll fire right up. Gotta get me another battery. When I get the timing set where it runs the best, it's really hard to start. Just doesn't want to turn it over. But that's something else for another day. So anyway, that's a little video here on how to put in an accelerator pump.